632, okay, 11 Hijri, 632, the Prophet dies. And as I always say, this is one of the mysteries that we try to answer. Some people came up with good answers, other people didn't. We are still speculating. We know that the Prophet, his basically prophetic career spanned over 21 to 23 years, right? And the revelation was always coming to him until he died. One of the questions that we ask ourselves, why didn't, and the Prophet did not die suddenly. He knew when he was dying, he predicted it, he performed the last pilgrimage, and he did not collect the text, okay? He didn't. We have some accounts, they are weak really accounts, weak in terms of, from even the Islamic tradition, that he probably had a prototype of the Quran. He told some people to write down some verses, to change the order, but we really don't have solid accounts of the Prophet collecting the Quran and coming up with a text, okay? So that's, let's say, a fact that we don't have. Even if he did, of course, we don't have this collection. So the Prophet dies and the text was not collected together. So we have first, the first caliph and then the second caliph. They were busy with the wars and establishing the new Islamic government. And then the third caliph, Uthman, and this is what we call the major collection of the Quran, happened during his time. Okay, and this is the year 47 Hijri, Islamic calendar, around 656. So this is roughly 30-something years after the Prophet dies. Okay, so now according to the major narrative, the Quran was collected around 35 years after the Prophet died. And this is what we call the first collection. This is still a collection of the Quran. The Quran was spread, it was written on different forms, on different parchments, on bones, on leaves. Uthman collects them, not himself, a committee did that. And this is what we call today the Uthmanic Codex, right? So if you open the Quran and you read Al-Mushaf al-Uthmani, which means that this is the collection of Uthman, because there were other codices by other companions that we don't have access to. They were destroyed, they were burned, and the codex which survived is the Codex of Uthman. And this is why it's called Al-Mushaf al-Uthmani.